Rodgers smokes Rodgers as England defeats Scotland yet again. Welcome back to Fog Football. Aston Villa 4, Celtic 2. Yeah, what do we think of that game? Well, it was action packed. I tell you what, you've had three Battle of Britons this season, and every single one of them is giving your money's worth, right? What I would like to say, fair play to Celtic, because 2-0 down inside of 5 minutes. I think most people watching this video thought it was going to end the cricket score because it just seemed that way. Even though I thought in the first 5 minutes, like, it's not like Celtic were sitting deep. Like, they went for it against a team that's just better than them. And here, on a different day, Celtic could have walked away with a point. Hell, they might have potentially got three at some point because Villa were rattled in stages as well. But Aston Villa guarantee themselves top 8 Champions League football, so they don't have to worry about knockout rounds or whatever. Celtic, though, they did finish in the bottom half of the 24, so therefore they will be taking on a team in the top bit. But more about that later on. They finished around about where Man City did as well. But as for the starting 11 tonight, Celtic, of course, Adam Adea leading the line up front with Yang and Kuhn. Here, can't really fault Adam Adea tonight, so let's not be faulting him. But Celtic, they'll be missing the fact they didn't have the likes of Kyogo to bring on. Let's be honest, if Kyogo's here, he would have started. But yeah, Adam Adea got 2 goals. You would rather Maid over Yang. There was a few other areas of the pitch, like Carter Vickers wasn't in there as well. But let's just get into the start of this game. Rapido, right? You've got bloody Villa attacking. Ball gets cut back to Rodgers, 1-0. And then, you can't even register this goal, folks, because it's 2-0. Rodgers just absolutely drills it. And inside of 5 minutes, you're sitting here thinking, Jesus Christ, Scotland could be on the verge of getting embarrassed here. It felt like it could have ended like 6-0 or something at this point. But that's where you've got to say fair play to Celtic. They showed character to get back. Character. Brendan Rodgers likes character, on Twitter. Jamie O'Hara, Joey Barton, all those guys bashing Scottish football. Oh, it's not easy when you're not playing St Johnstone every week. Well, we'll see how the rest of the... Did Celtic win the first half? No, they drew it. So we'll get into the rest of it. Kuhn, he has a shot that goes wide. Hatate had a shot that went wide. We then had Ramsey, he hit the post. Then Rodgers, I believe, had another shot that was going to go in, but Alistair Johnston gets back here. This is around the 30th, 29th, 28th minute. If Alistair Johnston doesn't clear this off the line, it goes 3-0. I do think 3-0 just kills the game dead. Being honest, I think it does. I think a lot of Celtic heads would have dropped. But Celtic, they managed to get a bit of joy, don't they? Because we see Matty Cash get subbed off. Matty Cash, for me, was probably... he wasn't man of the match to that point. I would still give it to Rodgers because he got 2 goals at this point. But they bring on John McGinn. So John McGinn, when this match got made all the way back in September, August, this was always going to be a special match for John McGinn. I didn't get the best of games, McGinn, is being honest. But we see Greg Taylor, great play, gets him down the left, whips a ball into the middle. John McGinn gets a big toe on it, but the big toe on it sets up Adam Adea, who makes it 2-1. And here, you've got to score these. And what did he do? He scored it. So no one can really have a go at Adam Adea here. He did what... This is what you pay 9.5 million for, right? Fox in the box. You have to make these count. And that's exactly what he did. And then pretty much straight after it, he makes it 2 each. Again, great play for Celtic, just flipping the wing, but there was no deflection in this cross. Adam Adea makes it 2 each. And this is what he needs to do. A couple of minutes before this, we did see Brendan Rodgers call Adam Adea over. And whatever he told him, it must have worked, right? And you know what? See these goals here that he's getting? It's easier to get them against Phil than it is in the Scottish Premiership. And you're like, what are you on about? Because see, against a low block side, you don't really get these in-behind opportunities. You don't. So, as crazy as it may seem, like, these opportunities come around more in the Champions League than what they're going to come around Scottish football. But Adam Adea gets 2 chances here, and he makes it 2 each. Phenomenal turnaround. Konza then has an opportunity. He hits it just wide. But for about the last 10 minutes of that first half, Villa were rattled, and Celtic didn't want that half-time whistle to go. We come in from the half-time, though, and we come out again Villa hit the counter. McGinn finds Rodgers. He finds Ollie Watkins. And Ollie Watkins makes it 3-2. Celtic get caught here. They had a lot of bodies forward. You know, fair play to them. They didn't sit back. They were going for it at 2 each. They were trying to make it 3-2. Ollie Watkins, obviously rumoured with a big move to Arsenal today. I mean, also John Durham, who was on the bench, don't think he got on. 75 million to Saudi Arabia. So shows you the levels you're dealing with here. But here, we've seen it against United and Rangers. The Premier League clubs just have, I mean, look, it's fucking stupid money, what they've got. But here, no excuses here. Celtic, they could have defended this a lot better. They didn't. We then seen Kasper Schmeichel give it away. Sells McGregor a wee bit short. And then Watkins has a shot saved for Schmeichel, so he makes up for giving it away. Then they get They get a penalty fella. This is a tough one because he gets the ball, but he gets the man first. Obviously, I mean, I don't think there's many complaints here. I think it's a penalty. What I would say is they're never overturning it. If he doesn't give it and it goes too far, they might not give it. But once he's gave this, they're obviously giving it. Ollie Watkins then steps up, slips, kicks it off his other foot. It goes out the stadium. One of the penalty misses of all time. Crazy. You know, it's not going to get talked about because Villa ended up winning anyway. But Jesus, imagine this was like last kick of the game or a cup final or something. And this happens to you. Mental. Watkins then has another shot. Kasper Schmeichel saves this. Hatate then picks up the ball. He drills a ball just wide of the left post, right? And up next, I actually cannot believe, right? And we've seen in like the past week, right? Comments come on here. The guy at who's Dane Murray. We've seen Rangers as well, albeit down to the bare bones. Bring on the likes of Bailey Rice, Finlay Curtis, etc. What baffles me is that Rangers and Celtic, and I know they need them in. I know they're available through the whole homegrown shit that you require in Europe. But Rangers and Celtic over like the past week in this season are giving like professional debuts to guys in crunch games. Well, I say crunch games. Celtic are already through, but you get my drift, right? Massive games in Europe. Champions League against Villa, Europa against United, Old Trafford, Villa Park. They're giving these youngsters more minutes in these competitions than they're giving them at home in cup games and like games are 4-0 up in the league. To me, it just sums up what's fucking wrong with Scottish football. I don't understand it, right? And what I don't understand here, we all have a wee laugh and a wee giggle about it. Adam Adeus pish, all that. I could not believe that Brendan Rodgers subbed him off here. 3-2, still in the game, and he subs him off for a guy making his professional debut. What? What is this? Why not sub him? And he also apparently as Cummins kid's known for being more of like a number 10. That's baffling for Brendan Rodgers. Like, I'm not saying Adele wasn't tired, but the guy's on a hat-trick. He just scored 2 goals, and he's your best striker at the club right now. And why not keep him on? Crazy. Rodgers then has a shot saved by Kasper Schmeichel, but then at the back, Dane Murray gets caught napping, ends up falling to Rodgers. 4-2. That's all she wrote. Aston Villa 4, Celtic 2. Great game of football. These Battle of Britons do not let you down when it comes to entertainment. But yeah, will Celtic be disappointed? Absolutely. But the reality is that you can say the damage was done in the first half, and that's what I was going to say, right? But at the end of the day, they got back. They made it 2 each. But if they don't concede 2 goals in 5 minutes, Celtic might not come out as they would 2-0 down and go for it. So you can't turn around and say, well, they're doing 2-0 up, they didn't concede those 2 goals. It's a tough one for Celtic. But you can't afford to be going 2-0 down against Villa 5 minutes in. Because I think that first half and then like the beginning of the second half took it out of them, because in the last 20 minutes Celtic didn't really do much. They had like the shot with Hatate and like Adam Ademi had a good run in behind, forced a corner, but yeah, but what it shows you is that the gap between Scotland and England, it ain't that big. I know it's 3 games this season, it's a draw and 2 defeats, but different days, man. You could be looking at victories for some and draws in others and things like that. But Celtic fans, leave your thoughts down below. If you're an Aston Villa fan, leave your thoughts down below, because top 8 is now secured. And we're here to do it all again tomorrow, guys, with Rangers taking on Union St Galoise. But yeah, Celtic, I'm hearing people, who can they face? Well, let's just quickly go through who they can face in the Champions League as we look at the table. So Celtic can play Benfica, PSG, PSV, AC Milan, Munich, Real Madrid, Dortmund, Atalanta. you'd be wanting Benfica, PSV, or Atalanta, but the numbers are against Celtic here. It is going to be really, really tough. Aston Villa sneak in 8th spot. Lille guarantee themselves a spot, which is fantastic for them. I believe they beat Feyenoord 6-1. Incredible result. Also, Liverpool lost their 100% record tonight against PSV. Coupon Buster, as most of us would know. So yeah, Liverpool, Barca, Arsenal, Inter Milan, Atletico, Bayer Leverkusen, Lille and Aston Villa all through in the top 8. It's going to be a tough knockout round for Celtic, but they've shown in this Champions League campaign that they can compete and they can win games. But for Celtic to beat one of the heavyweights, they're going to need a fully fit team and they're going to need to make Celtic Park count. Anyway, that's where Fog Football's leaving it. We'll be back with Celtic fans react sooner rather than later. But yeah, a really enjoyable game of football and Aston Villa win. Till then, peace.